Hari Om, dear students. Welcome to our online session. In today's session, we are going to discuss about the lesson Gopal and Hilsa Fish. Actually, it is a comic story. Hope all of you have the habit of reading storybooks. Especially, I know that you will definitely love to read comic stories, isn't it? So now we are going to discuss about this lesson, the Gopal and Hilsa Fish, and it is a comic story. Shall we start, children? Yeah, let us. Here are some of the comic stories, children, which I hope you do like to read these kind of stories. If you just ask your parents, they will definitely tell about these books because they might have read these kind of story books in their childhood definitely. So the first one here is Vikram Betal stories, a very interesting storybook which everyone loves about the ghosts and all. It is like just almost like suspense thriller movie. You definitely will love it. And the next one is Akbar and Birbal and Panchatantra and Chandamamat. All these are really wonderful storybooks, children. So do read in these holidays and try to develop your language skills and as well as intellectual skills. Hope you will follow it. And now let us get into the lesson, children. And as I told you, children, it is a comic story. And let us discuss the characters of the story here. The king, Gopal, Gopal's wife, courtiers, and fishmongers, and as well as many villages will be there. You have to imagine a kingdom where king, palace, courtiers, soldiers, and all these people will be there. And now we are going to discuss a story in this kind of a environment. Okay, children? Yeah. Yes, children, let us start the lesson here. As I told you that it is a comic story, the paragraphs will not be appearing here like a script, and you can see the total lesson in the form of a pictures, and the characters of the story will be talking to one another in the form of a comic strips. So here in this picture, if you observe, few fishermen, they were fishing in a pond or a river. So let us see what they are talking among themselves. It was a season for hilsa fish. Fishermen could think of nothing but hilsa fish. And here, the author here he is saying that that was the season of hilsa fish. So that means it is a time where hilsa fish is available more. So when something is available more and when it is really in delicious taste, what do we do, children? Definitely we would love to have it, isn't it? And especially just I would like to give you here an example. During summer, especially now, all of us would like to have mangoes, isn't it? See here the mangoes, because as it is a season of mangoes, we can find really a delicious mangoes, isn't it? Juicy mangoes. The moment we think of mango, our mouth starts watering, isn't it? We all love to have it. So everyone in the society, every human being, they just think of eating of mangoes in the summer season, isn't it? Would you like to buy an apple in summer, or a banana, or grapes? No. Probably most of us will be going to have mangoes, isn't it, children? So in the same way, during hilsa fish season, this fisherman, they could think of nothing but only hilsa fish. Okay, as we would love to have mangoes in summer season when Mangoes are available in plenty. In the same way, when the fishes, especially hilsa fish, is available, when it is the season for hilsa fish, definitely the fishermen were thinking of nothing else but about the fishes. Okay, children? Yeah. Yeah. In the second picture, if you see the fishmongers, fishmongers sold nothing but hilsa fish. Come, buy. The price of hilsa is down today. Fishmonger in the sense the people who sell fish. So they are selling fish and they're shouting in the market, come, come, come here. Today the price of hilsa fish is very low. Come and have hilsa fish. Come and buy hilsa fish. In this way, the fishmonger here in the first picture, if you see, he is shouting. So nothing is available in the market except hilsa fish, because everyone, as I told you, they like to have that hilsa fish, as we would like to have mangoes in summer season. Even in the market, if you go, everyone, okay, every seller of mango, just what they'll be shouting, come, here are the mangoes, juicy mangoes, or a Banganpalli mango. In this way they call Totapari mangoes. In this way they'll be calling in a different names of mangoes, isn't it? In the same way here in the market, the fishmongers, they are shouting and they're just saying that, come, today the hilsa price is very low, come and have your fish. In this way the fishmongers are shouting in the fish market, and there was nothing available except the hilsa fish in the market. And coming to the householders, like the people, the householders could talk of nothing but hilsa fish. Like the people around who are living together on the streets, in the families, in the houses, they talk about nothing but hilsa fish. Like see here, a person was carrying hilsa fish in his hand, and a woman was asking him, how much did you pay for that hilsa fish? You wouldn't believe it if I told you. So the woman is asking here, how much did you pay for that fish? And the man is saying that you won't believe if I say the price of this. Okay, in this way they are talking, they are conversating, they are talking with one another. Okay, children. So just like no, if I carry some 5 kgs or 10 kgs of mangoes, immediately one of my neighbor asks, okay, how much is the kg of mango? What is the price of mangoes? In this way, the people talk, isn't it? The same way here, when one person is carrying the fish in the street, another woman, she was asking, what is the price of this hilsa fish? And he's saying that you won't believe if I tell you the cost of this hilsa fish. And even in the palace, everyone was speaking about the hilsa fish itself. So here in this picture you can see one of the minister, he is speaking to the king about hilsa fish. So let us see. And in the palace too, the courtiers could discuss nothing but hilsa fish. Your Majesty, you should have seen the huge hilsa I caught. It was. So in this way, the minister was saying to the Majesty. Majesty in the sense here, king. So in the palace, the minister, he was saying, even the courtiers. Courtiers in the sense the people who are present in the court. So all of them were discussing about nothing but only hilsa fish. Everyone were talking about hilsa fish, and one of the minister, he's saying that, oh majesty, oh my dear king, oh lord. In this way we say no. So oh majesty, you should have seen the huge hilsa fish what I bought. It was really big. So in this way, here the courtier, the minister, he is trying to tell about the big fish what he had bought on that day. And immediately the king got very angry and he wanted to just have beat him, and he just said, "Stop it. Are you a courtier or a fisherman? Where are you? And what about your speaking?" So in this way the king got very annoyed of the things what were happening in the palace. See here how irritated the king was. He was too angry and he said, "Stop it. Don't talk all the nonsense. Are you a courtier? Are you a courtier?" Courtier in the sense the person who is in court. Who will be general in the court? See, in the palace, ministers or some other important people, isn't it? So are you a courtier or a fisherman or fishmonger? Who are you? Why are you speaking in that way? The king got very annoyed and he started shouting. When the king was shouting like that, all the courtiers, they fell silent with downcast eyes. The king felt guilty. So here, when king shouted, all the courtiers, they just bent their heads like this with downcast eyes. Downcast eyes means they felt ashamed of what they have done, and even the king felt guilty. Why have he shouted like that at his own courtiers? But what could he do? He was so irritated about the talks of Hilsa fish, so immediately he shouted so uncontrollably. He shouted at the courtiers and he said that, "I am sorry, I lost my temper. It is the season for Hilsa fish and no one." So immediately the king said that, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry." He was feeling guilty, no? Why have he shouted at the courtier? So immediately he said, "I'm sorry, I lost my temper and I have shouted on everyone, and I know that it is a season of Hilsa fish and everyone will be speaking and no one will not be controlling themselves to speak about, like everyone will be speaking about Hilsa fish." Yeah, I know it. I'm sorry, he was saying. Who was saying here? The king was saying sorry to the courtier. Why? Because he had shouted on that courtier for speaking about the Hilsa fish, isn't it? Yeah. When such things were happening in the palace, the courtiers started speaking among themselves that no one can control people to speak about Hilsa fish. As it is the season of Hilsa fish, everyone will be speaking about Hilsa fish. No one can stop it. They were speaking among themselves. And here one courtier was saying, "Not even Gopal can stop anyone from talking about Hilsa fish, not even for 5 minutes." So here the king, he was saying that, so okay, everyone is speaking, no one can stop, not even Gopal can stop talking about Hilsa fish, not even for 5 minutes. He was saying, who was saying here? The king was saying that, okay, all of you are speaking about Hilsa fish as it is the season of Hilsa fish. I know it. No one can stop it. Like it in a sense here, no one can stop people speaking about Hilsa fish as it is the season of Hilsa fish. Not even Gopal can do it for 5 minutes. The king was saying this, and immediately you can see the picture of Gopal here, the bald-headed man. "Oh, I think I could, Your Majesty," he was saying. So what was the king saying here? He was saying that, "Oh my king, oh Majesty, oh my dear king, I think I can do it and I will definitely do it," he was saying. So when king said that no one can stop people talking about Hilsa fish, Gopal, he said that, "Oh king, I think I can do it. I will do it," he said, and he accepted. Okay, and then see in the next picture here, "Then let me see you buy a huge Hilsa and bring it to the palace without anyone asking you a word about it. I accept the challenge, Your Majesty. So here in the first picture, if you observe, the king was saying no one can stop people talking about Hilsa fish, not even Gopal can do it. The king said, and immediately Gopal said that, Oh Majesty, I think I can do it, he said. And in the second picture, if you see here, the king was saying, okay then, when you say that you can do it, then you have to go to fish market and you have to buy a huge hilsa fish and bring that hilsa fish to the palace without anyone asking you a word about it. That means the king was asking Gopal to buy a huge hilsa fish and get it to the palace without anyone asking him a word about Hilsa fish. Like, no, what do people ask when he was getting it? Hey, where did you buy it? How many cages it is? Or what is the cost or the price of it? So, in this way, let us say when I am carrying or when you are carrying a basket of mangoes, definitely they will ask, no, from where are you getting, from which field or which shop or which town, and what is the price of these mangoes, and what kind of a mangoes are there? Are those Banginpalli or Totapuri or something else? In this way they ask, no. So in the same way here, the king was just challenging Gopal, you should go and buy a huge hilsa fish from the market and get it to the palace without anyone asking a single question about it. That was the challenge given by the king here, and immediately Gopal said that, okay, my dear Majesty, I do accept the challenge. So he said that he will accept the challenge. Let us see whether Gopal can bring such a huge hilsa fish to the palace without allowing people to ask anything about it. Okay? Yeah. After accepting the challenge from the king, Gopal was just getting prepared for how to get the hilsa fish from market to the palace. Let us see what he is going to do now. So in the first picture here, a few days later, that means after a few days, why is your face half shaven? So here she is the wife of Gopal, Gopal's wife. She is asking Gopal, why is your face half shaven? If you see the picture of Gopal here, his beard was half shaven. That means this side it is shaved and this side it is not shaved. If you see in the picture, see, this side of the beard was cleanly shaved, whereas the other side it is not shaved. And it is so peculiar thing, no? Generally we see men shaving on the both the sides, isn't it? But here Gopal, he had half shaved his beard. That means the other side it was not shaved. By seeing that, Gopal's wife was shocked and she was asking, why is your face half shaven? And let us see what he was saying. What did he say? So Gopal said that I am dressing up to buy a fish. So what did he say? He's saying that I am getting dressed, like I am getting ready to go and buy the hilsa fish. Let us see. And in the second picture here, what's the matter with you? Why are you smearing yourself with ash? I told you I'm dressing up to buy a hilsa fish. So after half shaving his face, what Gopal did, you know, children? He took ash. You can see in the plate here, ash. Okay, he took that ash and he was smearing on his face. He's applying to his face, like how do we apply sandal powder? good fragrance or whatever it may be. So here he is smearing that ash over his face. He's applying that ash over his face, and his wife got shocked. What is happening? What is he doing here? She was so worried, and she started asking, "What's this? What is the matter with you? Why are you doing all this nonsense? You have half shaven your face, and now you are smearing ash over yourself." That means he is applying ash over himself. And then immediately he said that, "I have already told you that I am dressing up myself to get Hilsa fish." So he said that he's getting ready to go to market and get Hilsa fish. So in this way, do you get ready to go out, children? Anytime?
No.
How did you go? Definitely we dress up very neatly, isn't it? But here in a peculiar way, with a half shaven face and with a smearing ash, like he had applied ash all over his face, and he is going to buy Hilsa fish. Let us see what will happen. So now let us see how Gopal will go to the market. He had already half shaven his face and applied ash over his face. And see in this picture how he is moving. So wife was shouting, "Listen to me. Please, you can't possibly go out in those disgraceful rags. What are you up to?" So she was shouting, like, "No, listen to me. Why are you going out with those disgraceful rags?" Here, rags in the sense torn cloths. So if you observe in this picture, Gopal had half shaved his face, and the remaining part of a beard he had applied this ash, and also he had worn this graceful rag. That means almost badly torn clothes, and not even he had kept his buttons properly, and almost it is torn everywhere, isn't it? And when he was going out in this way, his wife was shouting, "Listen to me, what happened? Please, you don't go, and you can't go out like this. Why are you going in this way?" Oh, his wife was shouting. And let us see what this Gopal is saying. "How many times must I tell you, woman, I'm out to buy a huge Hilsa fish?" So what did he say here? "How many times I should tell you? You will just keep on asking me that where are you going? Why are you dressing in this way? Why your beard is half shaven? What are you doing when I'm applying?" So all these things, how many times should I tell you? I am going out to buy a huge Hilsa fish. By saying that, if you see in this picture, he just left the house to get a Hilsa fish. See, it's happened to him. He's gone mad. So what wife is thinking here? Probably Gopal might have gone mad. She thought in that way, but Gopal was going out in the disgraceful rags with a half shaven face and applied ash all over him. Yeah, let us continue, children. So in this picture, if you see, Gopal bought the Hilsa fish and started walking towards the palace. If you see here, Gopal, he was with a half-shaven beard and applied ash over his face and body, and almost he had worn disgraceful rags, that is torn cloths, and if you observe in his hand, huge Hilsa fish is there. So he had gone to the market and he purchased a huge Hilsa fish, and now he's walking towards the palace. And you can see in the picture, you can clearly observe in the picture that everyone are out and they were looking at this person Gopal, and you can even see one boy pointing towards him and he's saying something. Let us see what the boy is saying. "Mother, look at that man. Isn't he comical?" So what the boy is saying that, Oh mother, look at that man, how funny he is. How comical in the sense, how funny he is. Look at that man, the boy was saying. So in this way, everyone started talking about the funny appearance of the man here. How funny Gopal was looking. So everyone started discussing about his way of dressing. See in this picture, people were talking about him. Gopal, still he is going on with his hilsa fish in his hand, and few men are talking. He must be a madman. One person was saying, and the other, hush, I think he is a mystic. So they were talking. So one man is saying that I think he is a madman. He might have gone mad. That's why he is walking in that way in a disgraceful rags and looking very different. And but the other man is saying that no, he might be of some mistake, like no, some kind of a different personality. You just don't talk about him. Okay, like cruel or cunning man. So in this way, people started talking about whom? Yeah, Gopal. Yeah, let us see in the next picture here. When Gopal reached the court, what do you want? Here, uh, the gatekeeper was asking, and he said that I want to see the king. He so funnily he's standing and he was asking. He wanted to see the king. Okay, in this picture, if you see the Gopal, he finally reached palace, but here the soldiers or the gatekeepers, they were not allowing him into inside. They were not allowing him in to get into the palace, and the man was asking, what do you want? And Gopal was saying that I want to see the king. By just looking at the appearance of the man itself here, the soldier thought that he's some bad or funny or some different kind of a person. Immediately he said that you can't see the king, get away with you, get away, go, get out, you can't see the king. So the soldier, he didn't allow Gopal to get into the palace. And if you see in the second picture here, Gopal began to dance and sing loudly. So what did he do? When this soldier, when he didn't allow Gopal to get into palace, he there in outside the gate itself, he started dancing very nicely. He started dancing and singing loudly. Different songs he started singing and dancing loudly outside the palace, and a huge crowd gathered there, and everyone were thinking about whom here? Gopal. Everyone were talking about him. Who is he? Why is he doing like this? Okay, you can see in the picture. He is dancing, singing, and people have gathered around him and they were discussing about him. When Gopal was doing all these things outside the palace, inside the palace, the king was thinking, the man is crazy. Throw him out at once. I want to see the king. Let me in. So here, if you see in this first picture, when Gopal was shouting, dancing, and singing outside the palace, the king was saying that the man might be very crazy, throw him at once. But Gopal, he was not listening. Immediately he said that I want to meet or see the king. Let me go in, he was asking. And finally, in this picture, if you see, the king was saying that bring that man to me at once, as your majesty. Finally, the king agreed to see the man, and he said to call that man who was totally dressed in a different way, like half shaved his face and smeared his face with ash and even worn torn clothes and was singing, dancing outside the outside the palace there. So finally, the king agreed, and the man was called in. Gopal was brought before the king. So finally, the king was in the palace and Gopal was born and nobody could recognize him. Okay, but one man immediately said that it's none other than Gopal. So he had recognized, but no one else in the palace could recognize him that he was Gopal. See in the picture how typically he is looking, like with almost different appearance, isn't it? Yeah. And in the palace, when they have seen Gopal, they were discussing among themselves, all the courtiers, and they were saying that the man has lost his mind. I think it's one of his crazy jokes. So one man was saying that I think he has lost his mind and he became mad. That's why he is behaving like that. But the other man was saying that I think he is playing some joke. It might be some funny joke. In this way, even in the palace, they were talking about whom, children? Gopal, not the Hilsa fish which he had bought. You should remember it. So the courtiers, the people, everyone were talking about whom? About the Gopal, not Hilsa fish. Okay? Yeah. And when all these courtiers were speaking in this way, the king was also shocked to look at this different appearance of Gopal. And he started asking. You can see in this picture, here the king was asking something. All right, Gopal, out with it. Why are you dressed up in this ridiculous fashion? And Gopal was saying that, Your Majesty, you seem to have forgotten something. So, when everyone were discussing about the typical appearance of this Gopal, King he just asked, Okay, Gopal, you are out of this appearance. So we have finally identified you that you are Gopal. So why have you just dressed up in such a ridiculous fashion? What is dress which you are wearing? And immediately Gopal said that, Oh, my dear Majesty, oh yeah, Majesty, you might have forgotten the challenge. You might have forgotten something what you have said to us long, long ago. He was just trying to make the king recollect what was the thing, like what did the king said here. So what did the king say to Gopal, children? Hope at least you remembered it. Okay? And the king was thinking, forgotten something? Did I forget? In this way the king was thinking. And then, hope you are not forgotten. Have you forgotten, children, what the king said? Yeah, I know that you will never forget it. So what did he say? What was the challenge given by king here? To buy a hilsa fish from the market. He should bring a huge hilsa fish to the palace without anyone talking about it, isn't it? It was the challenge given by this king and Gopal accepted. And after few days, the king, he might have forgotten it, but let us see what Gopal is saying here. Strangely enough, no one seemed to be interested in Hilsa fish today. From the market to the palace and in the court, not a soul has spoken a word about Hilsa fish. So finally, what was he saying? It was so strange, my dear Majesty. Not even a single. No one seemed to be interested. Not even a single person was seemed to be interested in Hilsa fish today. From the market to the palace, when I was coming, no one, not even single person in the market. From the market to the palace in the court, not even single person was so interested in Hilsa fish. Everyone were talking about something else. Okay, not a soul has spoken a word about Hilsa fish. So in this way, Gopal said that no one has spoken a single word about Hilsa fish from the market to the palace when he was carrying the huge hills of fish. And only then, that means after that, when Gopal was saying all these things, only after that, look at the king. Only then did the king remember the challenge he had thrown to Gopal. So after that, Gopal, when he said all those things, only after that the king remembered that he had thrown such a challenge to Gopal, and he just laughed. Ha ha ha! Well, yeah. I told you. So in this way, he just recollected the challenge what he had thrown over whom here? To me or to you or me? To Gopal. See here. Well, Gopal, congratulations. You have achieved the impossible one again. So what did the king say here? Yeah, yes, Gopal, you have achieved the impossible one. Again, you have made it. You have done the thing. You have won the challenge. That means here you have win over the situation. No one has spoken about hills of fish, a single word when you are bringing huge hills of fish from the market to the palace. Not only king, everyone agreed and everyone started laughing. Yeah, yes, children, hope you have understood the story. Let me recall the story once again. So, as it was the season of Hilsa fish, everyone was talking about Hilsa fish in the market, in the city, in the palace, and everywhere. And the king, he didn't like that, and he was just thinking no one can stop it. Talking about Hilsa fish, not even Gopal, and immediately Gopal said that he can do it. And then king, he had just thrown a challenge over Gopal that he should buy a huge hilsa fish and get from the market to the palace without anyone asking a word about it. And even he too had agreed. Gopal had agreed for the challenge, and after many days, Gopal, he had half shaven his face, applied ash over the other side of the face, and he had worn all the torn clothes, and he went to the market, and he had purchased a huge hilsa fish, and on his way to the palace, no one was discussing about the hilsa fish which he was carrying, but everyone was discussing about him like he was looking like a funny man, or he's some kind of a dangerous or cruel man, or he might have gone mad, he's a madman in this way. And not even the soldiers have allowed him to get into the palace, and then he started dancing and singing outside the palace itself and making all the nonsense. And finally, when king allowed him into the palace, no one recognized him that he was a Gopal. But finally, one courtier, he said that he is none other than Gopal. And the king asked, why have you done all these things, and why are you wearing such a ridiculous fashion dress? And immediately he said that, I think you have forgotten the challenge, my majesty. It is all about the challenge, and today from market to the palace, no one has spoken a single word. No soul has spoken a single word about the hilsa fish, oh my majesty, he said. And immediately the king said, yeah. And he laughed loudly, and everyone laughed loudly. And finally, this Gopal, he had won the challenge. So this was the comic story, children, about Gopal and hilsa fish. Hope you have enjoyed, loved it, and also have understood it. If you have any doubts, try to contact us so that we will clarify your doubts. Okay, dear children. Hari Om. Thank you.